It's a subject I hope to see in the educational system in Western schools one day, that people are told that the plate tectonics theory is incomplete and needs to be seen in a larger framework. So that was the reason I've got Dr. James Maxlow over here from Western Australia. He's internationally recognised in this field. He's part of a huge network of people researching such things. He's here today to show you visually and tell you all the mechanics of why and how our Earth has been expanding and where it's going. Please give James a big, warm Nexus Conference welcome, James Maxlow.
Thank you, Duncan, for that glowing introduction, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I guess my contribution to this conference today is to move away from the metaphysical side of science to the more physical sciences, and this is my speciality, of course, Earth expansion. My background is that I'm a geologist, and I've been working in the mining industry for all of my working career, mainly looking for that dumb yellow metal, as we all seem to want and admire. I currently operate through Terra Consultants, my own company in Perth, Terra Consultants. And I guess my interest in Earth expansion stems from about 1980, when I came across a little book by the late Professor Sam Warren Carey, who's the father of, considered the father of Earth expansion. I later met him in Perth at a conference in University of WA in 1988, and then was so inspired that I commenced a master's research at Curtin University in Perth in early 90s, and then moved on to a PhD study in the late 90s, culminating in this, what I'm about to show you today. It also culminates in a publication of my book, Terra Non Firma Earth, Plate Tectonics is a Myth. What I'll be going through today is to just give you a rundown on what evidence is there to suggest that the Earth is expanding. As Duncan alluded to, we're stereotyped into thinking that plate tectonics is the answer to all things global, and this is to the detriment of these alternative theories that have been around for quite some time, and also other theories as well as this one. And I guess that also leads us on to the ultimate question is what causes the Earth to expand, and unfortunately human nature decrees that we must understand the cause of things before we understand the physical side of things, or want to comprehend the physical side of things. I'm going to leave that question right at the very end, and I ask you just to simply dwell on not consider how these things happen, just look at the coincidences that of this reconstructions that I'll be showing you, and see how they fit in, and see if you agree with me that yes, the Earth is expanding. The concept of Earth expansion has been known about for in excess of 70 years now. Otto Hilgenberg from Germany was the first person to make small Earth models, and he recognised that if you take the area of each of the oceans away and just leave the continents, each of those continents can fit together like a spherical jigsaw puzzle at around about 55% of the present Earth radius. Being early 1930s, of course, both his ideas and his little book called The Expanding Earth were neglected, and unfortunately it lay dormant for quite some time. The next major contribution was Klaus Vogel from East Germany in 1979-1980. He again made a number of models, small Earth models, about to here on my model, somewhere in there, and this represents about, say, 200 million years of Earth history, about 4% of total Earth history. Klaus was fortunate that in that mapping of the oceans was just starting to become available, and he was able to quantify his models using this data, and also our concept of plate tectonics was firmly established in that we now understood that, yes, the continents could move around the Earth. In Hilgenberg's days, it was considered the Earth was fixed, all the continents were fixed. And I'll just digress slightly. In Hilgenberg's day, in fact, right up until maybe even present day, a lot of people consider that the continents and ocean crusts are one and the same, and the oceans are simply oceanised continents. In other words, continental crust covered in water. And this is, as I'll show you, this is just simply not true. My own research comprises a series of 24 models, 5 of them shown here, but we'll get to that later. 23 from the present day, this one here, back to the beginnings of Earth history, 4,600 million years ago. And then one model also projected to the future, 5 million years into the future. This research has been, I've been very fortunate, this research coincides with modern, huge, big global data sets in geology, geography, geophysics and so on. And also coincides with modern computer technology and software and animations, as I'll show you here. My own modelling represents 100% of Earth history, and this is the very first time that, modelling studies have been projected this far back for any concept. Plate tectonics, for instance, only goes back 20% of Earth history, and they struggle to get back to 20%. It's not convincing at all. Yep, and as I mentioned before, this culminates in publication of my book, as we'll deal with later.